What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. I don't say that very often on here. Happy Thursday. Yes, Slim, how'd that go? I'm sure, well, hopefully you'll come on and tell us. Let me see if I'm still getting ready here a little bit, but this thing is getting too loud for me. You need to be able to hear me, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to be a different show. This is not a normal midday show. I'm not going to do my normal rigmarole and read the news and all that jazz. I don't know if I'll be on here for 2 hours or not. I guess it'll depend. I'm waiting on something. And what better way to wait than to wait with all of you? You know what I mean? Plus, I wasn't able to do the show last night, the call-in show. And so I'm kind of trying to make up for that, I guess. Not that I need to, but I want to. Because I love you guys. I'll tell you a little bit about that, too. Am I waiting on a net gun? No, I know. Slim likes to type in all caps because he wants to be different. You know what? I'm actually surprised he doesn't have his YouTube name in all caps. You might need to go ahead and fix that. I don't think Slim knows that typing in all caps is supposed to mean that you're yelling. Or maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he wants to come across as if he's yelling all the time. Although, listen to this song. I don't know that I've ever heard Slim Shady yell. Like, not for a real yell. That might be one thing we can do that I haven't done in a while. I can't remember the last time I've been on TikTok. We might need to check in with our favorite big-breasted flat earther. Since we're on the flat earth subject from the last show with Big Dog Brett. Y'all remember this girl?
People are like, oh, dude, you fucking roasted or you roasted.
Hey, look who it is. It's Rob Sanders. Fellow Tater Man. All right, I'm almost done here, guys. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be with you. What's up, LT one time? Yeah, would you say your phone overheated or something? I was watching the Law Tide live stream. And it went dark on your boy. I thought something was wrong with my phone. Let me tell you something. Hold on, let me stop this. Just beat it. Yeah, you can beat it. Let me tell you something. I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately. I know I'm not the only one that's been complaining about this, but whatever they did like 3 or 4 weeks ago, they need to fix it. It needs to be fixed yesterday. The chat It doesn't matter whose chat, whoever's live show I go on, probably since starting like the beginning of June, no matter which live show I go on, I get, it, you know how the live chat, first of all, they moved the live chat away from the live chat. Have you guys noticed this? Am I the only one that sees this? Or I don't know if it's just my phone since I'm on Apple, but you click the live chat thing, and back in the day, well, for years, forever, you click the live chat thing, the live chat pops up. Now you click the live chat thing, it says the live chat is moved. Well, where the hell did it move to? Then you got to play Where's Fucking Waldo and start figuring out where it went. Now, I know now where it went. It went in the comment section. But I don't know why they did that. And you know what? That might be the time that everything started to mess up. So now what happens is, at least on my phone and even on my computer, it doesn't go more than 30 seconds without freezing. And then what happens is the live chat starts to repeat itself. So if someone's, let's say Rackdog types, I remember her chest, which is a great comment because it's, how could you not remember her chest? That happens. And then 30 seconds later, it'll appear as if he's spamming and saying the same thing that he just said. But no, then you have to click off of the chat and click back on it, or go from top to comment to what does it say? Top messages to shit. See, this is the problem. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's extremely frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. They need to fix that. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Like I mentioned, this is not a regular midday show where I do my normal format where I read the news. I'm not reading the news today. Anybody who wants to come on and be a part of the show, I can't tell you how long I'll be on here. Like I said, I'm waiting on something. So whatever that something happens is when I'll get off of here. But there's a StreamYard link in the description of the video. There's also a StreamYard link in the comments section that I just posted. I don't know if I guess Nightbot's not going to post it because I didn't tell him to. But I wasn't able to do the live show last night at 10 p.m. I had every intention of doing it, but I had somewhere to go with Mrs. Peete. She had a work thing that she had to go to say goodbye to a bunch of her coworkers that she's been working with for some 10, some 15, some 20 years. And so I was sort of like I was like her chauffeur in that, you know what I mean? And her support system. But to make a long story short, we went down there, we did the thing. We did that thing. And then on the way home, trying to get home in time to do the call-in show, of course, as luck would have it, your boy got caught in traffic on I-26. Shit, I hope nobody died. There was a crazy ride home, actually, because as soon as it was like, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night. As soon as the traffic started to slow down, I knew, you already know. Well, if you live around here, you know what that means because it's not rush hour traffic anymore. There's an accident. So then I look up ahead. I don't know how, it looks like maybe a mile or two ahead of us. All you see is a giant billow of dark black smoke from the interstate coming up. I go, oh yeah, car's on fire. We're going to be here a while, bro. Which we were. It took us over 2 hours to get home with what would normally be a 20 to 25 minute ride, depending on time of the day. But anyway, by the time we got up to the accident, I don't know what happened, but you know the fire truck foam, or when they spray foam all over the car whenever it's on fire? That shit was everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And this car was absolute toast. I couldn't even, this car was so badly burned up, I couldn't even tell what kind of car it was. That's how bad it was burned up. But what appeared to me was there was a pickup, like a diesel, like a F-350 or something, that had slammed into the back of this smaller car. I don't know if it was a Honda or a Toyota or whatever the hell it was. And that must have just caused that thing to light on fire. Because that Toyota or Honda or whatever it was absolute complete toast. But on the way, before we got there, while we were sitting in traffic for 2 hours, going nowhere, there was other accidents happening around us. And we saw, I should have took out my phone, but I was driving. I'm trying to be a responsible driver over here. This was the funny part. Some guy, again, in a pickup truck, ran into the back of an 18-wheeler trailer in front of him, right? And so these guys are out in the middle, standing out in the middle of the interstate, because a lot of people just put their car in park because we weren't going anywhere. These two guys are standing, the truck driver and the guy who ran in the back of his trailer are standing out in the middle of the interstate on I-26 about to throw blows with each other, arguing. The guy who ran into the back of the tractor trailer was trying to blame the driver of the tractor trailer for the accident. And I rolled down the window. I was trying to hear what he was saying. He's like, how are you going to blame me for running into the back of me? They were getting in each other's face and shit and doing this whole thing, you know? I was like, oh no. Oh no. But I don't know. I'm getting the spinny circle of death over here. Is everything okay on the stream? Let me check. It says I'm okay. Yeah, get in an accident and then get your ass whipped. Yeah. But anyway, needless to say, I wasn't home on time for the call-in show, so felt bad about that. I was looking forward to doing the call-in show last night, but here we are. But let's see. I'll bring on you in a second, Colby. Anybody else who wants to come on? I do have an update, though, for anybody who cares, which most of you probably don't care. I'm on day 3 now of no tobacco. Day 3. When was the last time I smoked a cigarette? Well, I'll tell you the last time I smoked a cigarette was about 12:01 p.m. or 12:01 a.m. on Tuesday morning, or Monday night, Tuesday morning, after the Lunch Money show. That's the last time. And I gotta say, it's been a rough couple of days. It's been a rough couple of days. But I'm starting to feel better now. And also, I am extremely proud of myself for making it this far. Because the first 48 hours is what they say is the hardest. Now, I am cheating. I am cheating by using this thing every once in a while. But it's better than smoking. But I do, when I woke up this morning, though, I did notice a real difference in the way that I normally feel when I wake up compared to, well, almost always when I'm smoking. I did feel better physically. So I think I got over the worst part of it, and now it's just a mental thing for me. You know what I mean? Well, I've yet to get drunk, which definitely is going to be the hardest part, not to smoke whenever you got a buzz. So we'll see how that goes whenever that happens. But we're on the road to recovery. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. Traveling Fool says, yo, 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 yo. Roll Tide 99, Slim Shady, Canes, Rack Dog, Stingray. Colby. I'll get to you in a second. Did I already say Roll Tide 99? I think I did. Rob Sanders. Law Tide one time. Gringo. I came in and the chat didn't even load for like 20 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. I've also noticed not just the chat, that there's been issues with just regular streams where it buffers more than normal than when I'm watching somebody else. And I'm sitting around thinking it's my internet, but it's not. Because it happens whether I'm on my internet, whether I'm on, it doesn't matter what situation it is. I don't know what's going on at YouTube. They start fucking with stuff for no reason, and then that's what happens. Jay Shipes. Bulldog Brian. Roger Dodger. Scooter is here. Blazer Dog says good morning, Annette. Good morning. Brandon Pratt. Congrats on kicking the cancer sticks. Yeah. Stingray says, congratulations, I stopped smoking on June the 15th was my last smoke. I feel way better and can breathe better. Well, yeah, that's the first thing I noticed is typically, you know, the smoker's cough thing, typically the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning after laying down all night or, you know, for whatever, 5 or 6 hours, however long it is you sleep. That's about the average I sleep. It's about 5 or 6 hours every night. You have to cough all that shit out in the morning before you start feeling normal. I didn't have that today. That was the first sign of going 3 days without smoking tobacco is no morning cough. To me, to me, it's a financial thing at this point. Honestly, smoking is so expensive these days. To me, it wasn't worth it anymore. And then, of course, there is the health aspect of it as well. And I also made a pretty sweet deal with Mrs. Peete for some incentive. So it was selfish on some levels. No, I'm not dipping. I've tried that before. When I worked at jobs where smoking, you know, there was no smoke breaks and stuff, you throw in one of those dips. That shit, I can't do it. It's not for me. Plus, it's still tobacco. Not for me, bro. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. You want a cigarette?
Stop it. I thought you were supposed to be my friend.
We're friends.
It's not the first.
Bum a cigarette off. If I knew how to bum a cigarette off of it, it would definitely be Peete.
Yeah. You know what the thing about smoking with me is? Why it's so hard for me to decide to quit? Quitting, again, this isn't the first time I've ever quit smoking. I've done it for long periods of time before and fell back into. And you know what the reason I fall back into it is? I like smoking. I enjoy it. I enjoy the taste of tobacco. I enjoy everything about it, except for the amount, you know, except for the fact that it's bad for you and it costs a lot of money. Like, I like smoking.
See, let me tell you a funny story. I'm 28 years old, right? And I used to smoke weed a lot, but I've always said no to cigarettes. And guess who gave me my first cigarette and told me, you better smoke it, or if not, you're a pussy. Raj.
Oh, I thought it was me.
No, Raj.
Oh, it must. I did that to somebody. Who did I do that to? It must not have been you. Apparently, I did do that to somebody one time, just fucking with them, and they got mad at me. They got really mad at me.
We're over there doing karaoke, and I was like, I've never smoked a cigarette in my whole life. Done a lot of other things like microdosing, LSD, even the HHC, but never smoked a cigarette. And Raj was like, don't be a pussy, smoke a cigarette. And he literally shoved it in my mouth and lit that thing on fire, and that's my first cigarette. Shout out to Raj.
Well, here's the other thing too. Tobacco goes together with alcohol. I mean, it's no secret. I drink. I love alcohol too, which is also not good for you. But whatever. Alcohol and tobacco go together like, as Forrest Gump would say, like peas and carrots. You know what I mean? And also the same thing with caffeine, with coffee. Nothing better than first thing in the morning, if you're a smoker, having a nice big cup of coffee and a cigarette with it. Like those two things just go hand in hand.
Oh man, when I was in college, a cup of coffee and a joint. Oh
yeah,
man, had that humidifier going on so they don't like smell it in the dorm rooms. Ooh, that was.
Here's the thing though, weed doesn't kill people, but tobacco does.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
see,
it's way worse.
I've never smoked cigarettes, and I probably smoked about 15 cigarettes. I've rolled about 100,000 blunts and joints and everything like that. But I've been addicted to these vapes. These vapes, man, they ain't good for you. I tell you that.
No, I'm not. No. Especially the ones from China.
Well, don't make me feel bad. You're the.
Well, no, but see, like, so even for instance, this thing, whatever, here, let me put this on the screen here. This thing I'm smoking here, or vaping here, which, by the way, here's the other thing too about this. I don't hit this near as often as I smoke cigarettes. I don't know why.
Nicotine in it?
There is nicotine in it. Yeah. But you know, it's vape. It's not smoke. It's not tobacco. It's not smoke. It's just I don't know what's in it.
You're lying to yourself.
No, I'm using it. I'm using it as a tool. I told, look, when Mrs. Peete, she's been bugging the shit out of me for like 3 months every day, like not just every day, but all day, every day, about quitting smoking. I don't know what happened with her, but she got on this kick where she was absolutely determined to get me off of cigarettes, and you know. I just basically blew her off all the entire time, but it did work because she got me thinking about it, and I've always look when I started smoking. I was probably 15 or 16 years old. I'm 42. I'm about to turn 43 years old. So whatever that is, 27, 28 years. And when I remember on my when I turned 30, that subject came up. Like I need to quit smoking. I've been smoking for 15 years now, or whatever it was. And so in my mind, I lied to myself, and I was like, I'm going to quit smoking by the time I'm 35 because you know I've got kids now, and I want to live to see my grandkids and all that kind of shit. Well, 35 rolls around, and I do the same thing that I did when I turned 30. I lied to myself. I go, well, you know what? I'll just make a goal. I'll quit by the time I'm 40. Well, then 40 rolls around, and you know, and before you know it, I'm going to be 60 still smoking. So I did want to quit, but which I told her, I said, I can't just put down cigarettes and not smoke because cold turkey. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to need some kind of help, right? Whether it's gum or patches, or we even looked into this thing. You can go to the doctor and get a prescription nicotine inhaler. It's not even a vape. It's just an inhaler. All you're doing is inhaling nicotine. There's not even you don't even blow anything out. Like for instance, when I hit the vape, you know how vapes work. You blow out.
I got one in my hand right now.
You blow out what looks like smoke. When you get one of those nicotine inhalers, you don't blow anything out. You're just inhaling nicotine. But anyway, I started researching different things. I don't like chewing gum. I don't know about you. I don't chew gum regularly, like even non-nicotine gum. I just don't chew gum. I don't like the way that gum feels in my mouth. The only time I'll ever put a piece of gum in my mouth is if I'm trying to freshen my breath or something. You know what I mean? But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't like gum. So I started looking into all these different vape things, and like a lot of them, if you go on the Google machine, are considered to be toxic. Like there's one that's really popular that a lot of my friends vape with. It's called the Elf Bar. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Sort of the same.
Got it in my hand right now.
Oh, so that one is considered to be dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is. I don't know.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just telling you what I read. So anyway, I did it. I did like an in-depth, like deep dive into these vape things, and I found that this one is considered to be one of the legit ones, the one that I'm using.
What's the brand you have?
It's called
one that you put juice in, or
no, it's a disposable one. It's got it claims here. I'll show it to you. It claims it has 6,000 puffs. It's called a Cali bar. Well, I know you will.
Cali bar. Yeah. I know about Cali bars.
I mean, I guess it's sort of the same thing as the Elf Bar. I don't fucking know. Hey, look, I'm not an expert on vape.
Does it look like a Juul?
No, it looks just like an Elf Bar.
You know what I'm talking about though, like a Juul?
It looks just like an Elf Bar. It looks just like the one that you're using.
This is what I got right now. Well, I'll pull out a different one. This is what I got.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you it's worth 6,000 puffs according to them, and then you throw it away and buy another one. But it's only $20.
What I usually do is just hit it about 6,000 times and just throw it off the road.
But I don't want like 5 years from now. I don't want to be sitting around vaping. That's not the point. Like, I don't want to replace tobacco with vaping.
See, the worst thing is, man, I got Mrs. Colby on the vaping, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I didn't want to do this to her because she's never smoked she's never even smoked weed before. So,
wow,
I'm like,
that's good.
I'm the devil. No, it's not really good. Everyone needs to smoke weed once in a while.
Well,
you know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not against it.
You know, yeah, once every blue moon.
Yeah, I'm not against it by any means. Anyway, we'll see how it goes, man. I'm just really hoping that I can stay. I'm hoping that I can, that it works this time.
So why don't you like the gum?
I just don't like chewing gum.
You just like. Oh.
In general, it has nothing to do with nicotine or not. Like, I can't tell you the last time I bought a pack of gum. I might chew gum once a year, and that's if I, like, I don't know, if somebody's like, hey, do you want a piece of gum? And maybe I just got done smoking a cigarette and I want to freshen my breath. I'll be like, yeah, give me a piece of gum. I don't know. I'm not a gum chewer.
Yeah. Maybe you need to experiment with spearmint.
Experiment with spearmint?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. So, what are you right now? Are you between jobs or something? What's going on with you?
Yeah. So I put my 2 weeks notice in, and my new job, Sumter. I worked at Sumter Utilities. It's in South Carolina.
Right. Yeah. I know, because you were talking for a while about they were gonna move you down here and like put you up in an apartment and shit like that. What happened with that?
Different company. They fell through. It was it wasn't worth it at the point. And so I put my 2 weeks notice in about 3 weeks ago, and they pushed back my orientation to start for Sumter Utilities and next week. So I start next Monday.
So the reason that you put your 2 weeks in was because you had already been looking for another job with Sumter and you got it?
I got the job, and then I came back, and I made a trip to Boston, and I told my boss, I was like, hey, my flight comes back in Monday. Do you mind if I have Monday off? He's like, yeah, that's fine. And then my boss said, basically, fuck you. And
wow.
Went to work, and he was like, yeah, you're not employed here anymore. I was like, all right, fuck y'all too then.
So, I mean, did he think... Now, I don't know your financial situation, but I also know you're not waiting in the bread and cheese line. So basically, he did you a favor. You got a 2 week vacation.
Yeah, but it just sucks sitting around the house not doing anything. Like, I want
to
work.
Yeah, I know, I get that. But, but it's not like... I mean,
it's not make or break or anything.
Yeah, because you already got another job lined up. So it's not, it's not like you're out there scrambling trying to find a way to pay the bills now, right?
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Yeah.
How far away is Sumter away from y'all?
2 hours.
Oh, okay, it's about 2 hours away from us, or 2.5 hours away from us. Yeah, everything's good though. Everything's good.
So, what was the reason that you wanted to leave the old company in the first place? Were you not happy there, or you figured you could make more money somewhere else, or what was the deal with that?
Just more money. I went to school to be an overhead lineman, and I did a little bit of overhead, probably about a year, and then just 2 years of underground. Like you see those green transformers at probably in your neighborhood.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically worked on those.
I've got one of those in my yard, on my property, actually. Well, I guess I don't know how that works. There might be an easement, but yeah, there's one of those green transformer boxes in my yard.
Yeah. So I worked on those.
Okay.
Which is fun at the same time as dangerous still.
Yeah, I hear those. Don't they explode? Don't those things explode?
Yeah, they do all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they ever explode when you're
in the summertime? Summertime and during Christmas when a lot of people are putting their lights up and too much electricity and
Do you ever have did they ever get damaged by people like hitting them with their car or their lawnmower or something? Fuck them up.
Oh yeah, all the time. But that's we contract those people to fix those kind of problems.
That's why you guys get paid the big bucks. Because that's dangerous. Like, if that thing explodes while you're working on it, like, it could kill you, right?
Yeah, my buddy just got burnt the other day. I don't know how he didn't die, but he was trying to ring out some lines from one transformer to the next, and he thought one transformer was dead because the tag, well, you don't know, but if you open up the transformer, there's tags in there saying which transformer goes to which transformer, and the tag was wrong, and he tried to ring it out, and he got burnt all down the side of his right body.
Wow.
I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest. Yeah.
Dang.
It's super dangerous, but it don't pay enough. I'll tell you that right now.
No?
No, it does not.
Well, so what kind, like, so the guy who got burned up, like, what is that? I mean, he still gets paid, right? Like, he was
on the job. He was on the job, but so usually if you get like a cut finger or something like that, like they'll pay for all the insurance and blah blah blah. But it's in an instance like that, he didn't have his hard hat on, he didn't have his gloves on. So
he didn't have his he didn't have his PPE on.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that means that if they really wanted to push the issue with him, then they maybe not have to pay it because he wasn't following the protocol.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, do you wear the PPE like you're supposed to?
Yeah, I have FR all over the place. Yeah.
All right. Good.
Fire resistant. Yeah. Dude, I when it comes to that kind of shit, I'll check everything 3 to 4 times before I make a decision. Because people just go in there and be like, yeah, I just trust this, trust that. I'm like, nope. No, you need to check this because it's literally your life on the line.
Well, I think that's common with a lot of dangerous jobs is people that do it for years and years get so comfortable doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, day in, day out, that they start to get a little bit careless with their own safety.
Yeah, yeah, you get I think Slim's daddy was a lineman.
A lot of the safety shit can also be redundant and pointless because I've had people argue with me that you cannot get a positive seal on a respirator with facial hair, and I've proved them wrong time and time again.
Hold on now. They discourage you from having facial hair?
Oh, there's some places that we went to, oil refineries. A lot of oil refineries don't allow you to come in there with facial hair at all. You have to be clean shaven.
Yeah, with my line of work, you can have hair under your ears and a beard. You can have beard, but not a long beard. If that beard touches the wrong line,
Yeah, so you like mine. You can have something like mine.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, basically a long 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Basically like a neck beard, like Peete has.
I don't have a neck beard. I trim my beard. I when I brush my teeth, I trim my beard to keep it short.
Slim, your dad was a lineman?
Father's Day. No, my brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. Okay.
And my brother-in-law, and then my stepdad's father, my grandfather, basically.
Where'd that buckle come from? Your brother-in-law?
My grandfather.
Grandfather, okay. See, I knew it was one of your daddies. Slim at the Slav Olympics, he gave me a real old belt buckle lineman belt buckle. Real cool.
That's cool. So, Slim, you're coming from the hospital now? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's why it took me so long to get on here. We literally just got in the truck.
You mentioned something the other day, and you don't have to say anything you don't want to say, but you mentioned something the other day about a surgery. Is that what that was about?
Yeah, Joey had surgery on his cleft palate.
Oh, how'd it go?
I mean, everybody that's met him has seen it. It was fine. This is just another one down. There's many more to go.
Yeah, what is the process with that? That's interesting because I know it's not something you can just go in there and fix that easily. So it's like how many surgeries are involved with that?
Well, for one, it's going to continue as he grows. Like I know he has to go to a dental surgeon next and get some work done on his teeth. Cause obviously when, the roof of your mouth isn't closed, it's going to jack with your teeth as well. And then after that, they'll go in and do the hard palate after that. Cause all they did this time was soft palate. So basically he's now got skin covering the holes in the roof of his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, he was able to just stick his finger up there and through the roof of his mouth and come out of his nose.
Yeah.
So at least now there's some skin there. And then after they do after they do some work on his teeth, then they'll go in and put in some bone for a hard palate.
Actual bone or like some sort of plate?
I don't know. I'm learning this as I go.
Yeah. I don't know.
Joey came to the Slop Olympics, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. The boy raised some hell, didn't
Sorry
he?
about that. Got a call.
That's all right. Yeah, Big Dog Brett is in here. I don't know what's going on with his connection. You there, buddy?
Oh, the flat earther?
That's that flat earth connection.
There's no Wi-Fi on the flat Earth, I guess.
It's like, well, if you say 5 to 6.
The firmament is messing with his signal.
Honestly, I'm not even sure if it's him. I think it is. I consider the fact that it might be a troll. Because of what
That's his usual profile picture.
Yeah, well, believe me. Yeah, he just dropped out. I think he's having connection issues. I'm sure he'll come back on.
Yeah.
He's probably going to talk to us about how wrong I were about Stetson Bennett not being drafted.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't
you
account
have
for
that clip
stupid in our
saved before you
calculations. Colby, we can't account for stupid in our calculations. I mean, somebody drafted Anthony Richardson in the first round, too.
Yeah, 4th overall.
Yeah. But he can do backflips while he's injured, so that's a plus.
I'm happy for him.
We need to get in line. We need to get our questions ready for Flat Dog Brett. I don't know.
The clip.
We might need to ask him about the ice wall and maybe about the lizard people. I'm sure he's got good explanations for all of it.
Now we're hearing about mountains in the middle of the earth. I'm starting to wonder if King Kong and Godzilla was documentaries and not fiction.
Yeah, mountains in the middle of the earth. That's a good one. If the earth is flat, how's there a mountain that's taller than Mount Everest under the surface of the earth? That could only happen on a globe, I think, right?
Well,
no.
Have some explanation.
Yeah. Brett?
Big Dog? Typical Georgia fan.
Let me see if I can find that clip.
Got that Sanford Stadium Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
That was the whole reason that I downloaded that clip, was because he sounded like Big Dog Brett. And then I forgot about it until somebody, I think it was Battle Angel, said something about it on the show. Let's see here. Here it is.
Sounds exactly like him.
It does. I'm telling you. It's like his doppelganger.
And at the end of the video, he says, "God bless." But Big Dog Brett, at the end of his video, every time he says, "God bless."
I'm telling you.
Go Dogs.
Here it is.
Nothing. 1x explain something to you really, really quick, just in case you didn't understand it, because it's really, really simple. Now, here, as you can see the flat Earth map, you guys are familiar with this. Now, you know the summer solstice, the sun is making its small circuit around the north. And it works its way back out into the fall, back out to the winter solstice, which is on its longer circuit. Okay, now, just in case you didn't understand what the portals meant, I'm going to explain it really, really quick. Now, here I have drawn a rough draft because I don't want to draw on my map.
Damn, first Stetson Bennett in the NFL, now this. Brett, what are you doing?
So let me explain this really, really quick. Okay, you have your North Pole here, and you have your South, which is the southern ice wall. Okay, now in the Book of Enoch, when it says that the sun goes from the second portal into the first portal into the second, and then from the second into the third, well, it's really, really simple. All the portals basically are what they stand for. You got to remember they're talking in ancient times. So in the winter, the sun starts to move in, which is coming into the spring. So month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6. Half of the year, it goes from the winter into the spring, then into the summer. That's 6 months. It takes it 6 months to get to its inner circuit. Okay.
Yeah, the first time I showed the visual, the audio, I mean the video. If you just listen to the audio, there's no, you can't distinguish between this guy and Big Dog Brett. You can't.
The thing is, like, it's just a video. It's just a video, but
there's no way that could be Brett, because he left out the holiest season of all, which is the fall when football starts.
Well, you got to get 6 months into the inner circle, and that's when football starts.
Blasphemy! Heretics.
Well, he is talking about portals. Yeah, not transfer portals, but he's talking about portals.
Maybe the sun enters the transfer portal.
And then when you hear it reversed in the Book of Enoch, when it says, then the sun has made its circuit, and it goes from portal 6 back to portal 5, and then from portal 5 back to portal 4, and then the nights get longer. The nights start getting longer because the sun is moving back out in its circuit. It's going back out to its winter solstice.
I can watch this all day long.
When it says portals, it sounds like it's going backwards when it says that. When it says it goes from the 6th portal back to the 5th portal, and then back from the 5th portal to the 4th portal. So it's really, really simple. I just wanted to explain that to you guys.
I think Dabo Swinney's still in the 1st portal. He's talking about the 3rd, 4th, and 5th and 6th portal. Dabo's only on the 1st portal. Oh man.
Well, something tells me him and Dabo aren't reading the same book, because last time I checked, the Book of Enoch is not the King James version of the Bible.
Well, again, the reason that they removed the Book of Enoch from the King James version, the modern version of the Bible, is because he basically talks about aliens and flat Earth and things like that. So they couldn't have that.
So the Romans didn't like it, so they threw it out?
Yeah, right.
Figured the Romans would be into...
I don't know who Enoch was, but apparently he was taking a shit ton of mushrooms or something, because he was on a whole nother level than the rest of that shit on there.
Well, actually, according to some studies that got done, he wasn't the only one tripping.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of theories behind that.
Well, no, the whole, and this was actually out of the University of Tel Aviv in Israel. They believe the whole Moses talking to the burning bush. The burning bush was the acacia bush.
Yeah,
really
DMT.
and one of the tryptamines.
Yeah, DMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would make sense.
It would. I mean, I thought I was having a conversation with God about
Exactly. Brett, are you there, buddy? I don't know. He keeps coming. I don't know what his issue is. There he goes again.
Well, I mean, being a Georgia fan is just one of them, but
Hey.
He's like, you know the Raj video that he sent into the talent show, the YouTube's Got Talent thing.
yeah.
Raj is like, fucking microphone ain't working. That's what's happening to Brett right now.
And I think Lou clipped that out and made a stinger out of that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the softball game. You know, we ran into a problem. We're trying to find a babysitter for the weekend, and it seems like nobody's available.
Just bring them. I'm bringing my kids.
Are you? Yeah, I don't want to though. I mean,
choice.
look, if it comes down to I have to bring my well, at least our youngest one. I don't know if the oldest one, but if we have to or not go, we'll bring them. But I don't want to bring them.
I'll tell you what, Mrs. Colby would be more than happy to babysit them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what the plans are as far as us going out on Saturday night after the game. You know, sort of like we did last year. Because that was a lot of fun. I mean, other than Jay Shipes getting arrested, it was an amazing night. We had a lot of fun, and I think I would like to do something like that again. But if we have our kid with us, and unless Mrs. Colby's willing to stay behind and watch him, then we can't.
Well, I won't be able to either. I mean,
Right.
with me, I have no options as far as that goes.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
the Slav Olympics. No, she's definitely coming to that downtown.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. But we didn't bring him.
Well, if they
Jay
pay,
got
if they
arrested.
pay $100, they can have the extra pull-out beds. You know,
Well,
we need two more people.
I think because of Jay getting arrested last time is why the plan was to go bowling one night instead of going downtown.
Pete's babysitter is making $30K a year. What are you talking about? We don't have a babysitter. We take our kids with us everywhere we go, typically. The only thing we don't take them to is the softball. Like, we didn't take them to the softball game last year. Yeah.
Me and Pete Jr., we played pool and had a great time together.
All right, Brett, 8-time the charm, dude. He's back in here again.
Or not.
It ain't working, Brett. It ain't working.
I bet you it's
Brett's
something.
so frustrated right now.
I know he's probably like really pissed. I bet you it's something as simple as like he doesn't have it plugged in all the way or some stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? Like the microphone.
He probably ain't home. I don't
know.
I don't know.
Hufferbilly says he's for bowling in Athens instead of going to a bar. He doesn't want to get arrested. Well, we suggested that, and that is a place where we could all go because you can take kids to the bowling alley, clearly. But I don't know. Raj was the one that was stumping to do the bowling instead of the softball game for a long time, and then I guess he got voted down. Right? That's how that worked.
Yeah, he tried to make a poll at the Slav Olympics. Remember that?
Yeah. I think I did vote for softball in the poll. But anyway,
we want our revenge.
But then the idea was, well, okay, so we voted on softball. That's what it's going to be. But we can still go bowling. Like you can still do both, but the competition is going to be the softball. And Raj goes, no, we're not going bowling now. It's like, well, you're the one that wanted to go bowling in the first place. Like,
I think either Friday or Saturday night on ball.
it's an epidemic. Slim's dropped out too.
Two.
And then there were two.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I feel like this, at least we could do best out of 3 for the softball game. I know it's hot as hell out there. We could at least do best out of 3.
Yeah. I don't know who. It might have been Law Tide that was saying we should put a time limit on the game. What do you think about that? I mean, the game last year only took like an hour and a half. It wasn't like we were out there for 4 hours or something.
Well, Law Tide threw up. You got to remember that. So
Yeah.
probably a reason behind it.
Well, VicTube talked about bringing a tent with a fan in it.
I've got one of those, like 10 by 10 or something. It may be even 8 by 8, canopies.
Yeah, like the people that tailgate with. I think they did. Somebody had one of those last year, I think.
Yeah, I'll bring that. I can bring that with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that TJ sat under.
Well, originally TJ was sitting in the whatever you call that thing behind home plate. What do you call that? Not the dugout, huh?
The backstop?
Yeah, whatever that was. He was sitting there behind home plate, and but I don't think there was a covering over it. It was just like a chain link.
Hot that day.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to go sit in the car and put the air conditioner on. It was brutal. I'm not gonna lie, it was brutal. But I don't think we should put
it ain't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. For somebody who's never had a job inside in his life, I worked outside for over 20 years every day. I mean, for 8, 9, and 10 hours at a time. You know, I'm still alive.
My dad, I don't know if he is still coming or not. It depends on his work schedule. He has one of those like 4 foot fans that he could bring out there if we just have an outlet that we can plug a extension cord to.
Well, that was one of the issues last year. I don't know about the new field that we're going to, but I brought one of those portable karaoke machines last year because we were going to do like announcements, like and music to like a walk-up song for every batter, and have somebody do all the announcing for each batter and all that. But I couldn't get an electric. Like there was outlets out there, but they didn't work. So if we would have had a big fan like that, it wouldn't have worked last year. I don't know what this place is like, but you know those things that they have on the sidelines at like a college football game or an NFL game, and it blows. It's like a jet fan, and it blows mist everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need one of those. Does anybody have one of those?
Man, somebody just stand behind it with a water bottle. It's the same thing.
Rob
got a job for Mrs. Colby now.
Rob Sanders wants to know when and where is the softball game, and if he can drink. The softball game is on July 22nd, so whatever that is, about 3 weeks from now, and it's in Statham, Georgia, about 15 minutes from Rogers' house. And can you drink?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
You just have to treat it like it's the beach. You know, put it in a cup, and don't be waving around your Bud Light bottle or whatever you drink. You know what I mean?
You can also wear your wife beater there.
You can wear whatever you want. Well, as long as you're wearing something.
Yeah. Yeah, we were going the same place for that.
Yeah, you should come, Rob. We had a great time last year. Came down to the bottom of the 7th inning too. It was a home run with, I think there was 2 outs too, wasn't there? Team Fools was one out.
One out in the bottom of the 7th with the ringer. So someone's cousin. I don't remember whose cousin, but it was someone's cousin that just randomly showed up.
Are you talking about that extra man that was in the outfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slim, what? You're on Team Fools, aren't you?
He is.
That is affirmative.
We were 1 out away from winning the game, and we lost because Raj. Who did he replace? Somebody couldn't make it for team.
Digits.
That's right.
Yeah, Pete did just got attacked by a
Yeah,
pit
Pete
bull.
did just got attacked by a pit bull, so he couldn't make it. He was injured. And so Raj goes out and gets a professional baseball player to replace P. Digits. And that's the guy who hit the 2-run homer at the bottom of the 7th to win the game.
Yeah, Pete did just really hit us with the dog ate my homework excuse.
Yeah.
Or dog ate my finger in this case.
As far as I know, he's going to be playing again this year, isn't he?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. Is he? I don't know. He shouldn't be.
I think he is, yeah.
Why?
I think we should just let random people that walk up and check out what we're doing join the game, too.
Brett, you there, buddy? He's coming. This is like attempt number 12 now.
Yeah, I took the over and I won.
Yeah.
Damn degenerate gamblers.
Rob lives in Columbia, I think, doesn't he? I think he does.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he does because he lives in Gamecock country and Jackpot lives in Clemson country. They're backwards.
And there's still more Miami YouTubers in Columbia than
How
there is
far-
Gamecock YouTubers.
Rob, how far is Columbia from? Well, basically, I mean, I don't know. Statham is like a suburb of Athens, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how far are you from Athens? Well, I'm guessing you're about maybe 2 hours away.
Yeah, a little less than 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he can't make it to Charleston, I'm going to assume he can't make it 2 hours down the road either.
Well, he said the reason he.
Rob said he.
Hold on, here's Brett again.
What's the over-under on Brett breaking something by now?
Oh, I think he must have broke something because nobody can hear him.
God damn it, Brent.
However, Billy says he bought a drum fan.
Oh, one of those big ass fans.
Yeah, but it needs electricity too. I mean, obviously, it doesn't run on batteries. Ask Raj to see if they have electric. I don't know. You can ask them. I don't. Shit.
Yeah, but you're the man with the show and the platform to inform everybody.
What the
Raj,
hell, Pete?
Raj, do you have electricity there? We'll see if we. There you go. I asked him. Now we'll see if we get an answer.
So what are you waiting on, Pete?
What do you mean?
On the beginning of the show, you said you were waiting on something.
Oh, I'm waiting on somebody to get here.
Hell, I figured if you were going to give up smoking, you'd at least got another motorcycle out of the deal.
You know what I got out of it.
You have a motor?
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, he used to.
What happened to it?
I sold it in 2018.
How long did you have it for?
5. So I bought it in 2013, sold it in 2018. 5 years.
I mean, you know the problem's really going to be like stuff like the softball game and the Slav Olympics when you're surrounded by people that smoke.
Yeah, I thought about that. But that's always going to be the case with me because a lot of my friends here smoke that that I hang out with and stuff. So
Yeah, Rod's gonna make you smoke one like he did me.
no.
He will. He said, "Don't be a pussy. Smoke your cigarette."
Yeah, well, he can call me whatever he wants to. I don't care about that.
As long as it ain't late for dinner.
Well, one thing we don't have this year is the police watching us, which is good.
I wouldn't have hired.
We got kind of cool with the police after the fact too. Didn't you and Raj go on the StreamYard with the?
Yeah, I did. I did a show with him on my channel.
Was he cool?
Yeah, I mean, we had a
Like
debate.
the drinking and everything like that. Like,
Well, that's the reason he was there.
I didn't know where you had met that cop, so that's where you met that cop that you did that show with.
Yeah, so when we got to the softball game, there was 2 or 3 police cruisers that were there, and their job. So I don't know how much. Hufferbilly, do you know? They paid like $300 or $400 because it's a public park. This place. And so, they had this separate building on the same property, away from the field, where it was indoors and where we were going to have the cookout afterwards. And of course, Raj, he's like, we got to be able to drink cold beer out there and this and that. And they told him he couldn't do it unless he paid $300 or $400 or whatever it was to have a police babysitter to make sure that shit didn't get out of hand. Which clearly it wasn't going to. This is, we're all grown. We're not a bunch of college kids out there doing crazy shit. But anyway, the police, they came up, they got out of their cars and came over to the cookout afterwards. And the one guy, I believe his name is Officer Rucker, and the other guys too, they were all cool. And he's like, yeah, man, I got a podcast and I know you guys. And they were watching. So I live streamed the entire softball game, right? And they were watching the live stream while they were in their cruisers. So while they were there. And he was like,
going to be dummies sitting out there dying of heat stroke like the rest of us.
Well, yeah. But he was like, he's like, yeah, I got a podcast. I'd love for you to come on the podcast. He's like, let me get your phone number. And I straight up told him, I was like, you seem like a nice guy and all, but I really don't know if I want to give my phone number to a cop. Like, I don't know if I trust you that much because I don't know you.
It is an out-of-state cop.
Yeah, no, but they were really nice. They were cool. But, and then I said, well, I think it was like a couple weeks after that, 2 or 3 weeks after that, Raj called me and said, hey, that, Officer Rucker from the softball game, he would love to do a show with you. I said, well, all right, well, let's do it on my channel. So we did. And
what did y'all talk about?
What do you think?
Did y'all talk about laws or anything?
Yes. Yeah, we had quite the debate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you agree with them on everything, or
No.
how'd it go?
No, you know
I'm not
me,
sure
man.
if Peete agreed with him on anything. To be perfectly honest, because somehow I ended up.
I'll never forget when Jay Shites got arrested. Peete was right. He was like front line, phone out, recording everything.
Oh yeah.
No, you're not that guy, are you, Peete?
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course I was.
Oh God.
That was great content. What are you talking about?
It was getting uploaded.
We played it on. Well, yeah, I played it on. I either played it on my call-in show or on the Midday show, and Lou played it on the Lunch Money show. Well, the first thing I did was walk up and video Friction Vixen arguing with the cops, which was gold. And then I started talking to the cops, and I asked them.
The funny thing is, Friction Vixen, what does she have in her bag?
What?
You don't remember? She had a gun in her bag.
Oh, well, was that? I don't know if that was illegal or not.
Yeah, I'm about to say, just because you have a gun with you doesn't mean you're not allowed.
Well,
to
I don't know. It was
argue with
just
a cop.
funny at the time,
Well, I missed the fight. So I was inside. I can't remember who somebody stuck their head in and was like, "Hey, Pete, Jay's getting arrested right now." So I ran out there with my phone, of course, and I saw Friction arguing with the cops. And so I went up to them with the phone. And then after she got done arguing with him, I said, look, I asked the cop, I said, just be straight up with me. I missed the fight. I said, did Jay whip that dude's ass?
See, that's why I don't need to go to downtown Athens, because I'm not going to jail for defending myself. I would have ended up with a laundry list of charges.
The cops are actually pretty cool. And
Well, that's fine. They could be cool.
and they told us straight up, we were asking like, where are you taking him? What's the deal? Because his car's at our Airbnb and all this. And the cop straight up said, he's like, man, he's like, look, he's not going to spend the night in jail. They're going to book him in, and they're going to release him. So he's like, just call the jail in a couple hours, and they'll tell you what's going on with him. But I did do that, and it was probably like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. I called the jail, and I was like, yeah. I said, one of our buddies got arrested downtown Athens tonight. His name's Jay Shipes. You know, what's the deal with that? Like, you know, what can we expect? And he said he hasn't even been processed yet. So I was like, oh. Well, the next morning we woke up, and I look out the window, and Jay Shipes' truck is gone. I thought Raj had maybe come and picked it up or something, but no, Jay got out of jail at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and walked. It was, I don't know how many miles it was, but he just started walking down the highway, and he hitchhiked. He got somebody to actually pull over and pick him up and bring him to his truck.
That's our boy Jay. Go Dogs.
Yeah.
Go Dogs.
Jay Seven Toes. Rock on with your fat self.
Hey man, he stood 7 toes down on that shit. All right.
I'm not surprised it happened though, and Jay didn't do anything wrong really. You know how
the guy kind of like jumped over the fence and started hitting him, and I think Jay just literally beat the fuck out of him.
No, he didn't beat him up at all. He didn't even hit him. He just grabbed the kid. The kid was hammered. He was completely wasted, right? He starts swinging on Jay, and Jay just kind of got behind him and kind of put him in like a little bit of a sleeper hold deal, and just like brought him like and just kind of like nestled him down to the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. He didn't hurt the guy. He was just
kind of yoked him up.
Yeah, he just kind of yoked him up, like prevented him from acting crazy. But there was a lot going on that night. There was a bunch of, you know, we were by far the oldest people in that bar. I mean, by 20 years. I mean, it was just, and so there was a lot of drunk college kids, and I'm actually surprised, or not surprised that happened, or didn't happen sooner.
I'm surprised there were that many college kids there in July, because I know, you know, Oxford, where Ole Miss is, that town clears out in the summertime.
I was surprised too. I've been to Athens, too many times, and yeah, it was packed. We should go back to the same bar next year.
Yeah, we went to, I don't know, we sort of bar hopped. We went to 2 or 3 different places.
I've only ever.
Have you been there before?
Yeah, I've only ever been to Athens just to go to Georgia games. Yeah. And then we went home afterwards.
Well, after the softball game, we were all like, oh, so what are we going to do now? Like, and there was a bunch of people that were like, we need to go downtown Athens. And so everyone was up for it. And we were at Raj's house. And I was like, Raj, you coming? And he's like, fuck no. Y'all go. He's like, y'all go down there with all them drunk Brads and Chads. Somebody's going to get arrested. And of course, he was right. He was right.
Y'all learn to listen to Raj eventually.
Yeah.
No, maybe you should just listen to the people that are from there.
I mean, for selfish reasons, I kind of hope we don't do that, because, like, I'm not going to leave my wife sitting at the house with a 9-month-old, because she's not dragging a 9-month-old bar hopping.
Right.
Well, right, yeah.
We had fun though. Except Jay. Jay didn't have fun.
I got some kind of standards. I'm not walking around. I mean, I know we're in the South and all, but I'm not walking to the bar with a baby.
No.
Yeah, this isn't the 90s anymore.
Then we all got
get away with that shit 30 years.
We all got flushed out into the street because of what happened with Jay. And at that point, we had been in there for I don't know how many hours. At least 2 or 3 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours. And it's like, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And there's all this police activity and shit. So anyway, we still had open tabs at the bar, right? And I went to go back in to pay my tab, and they wouldn't let me back in. Mrs. Peete was still inside. She's smart. When she saw the police activity outside, I ran outside with my phone. She stayed inside because she's smart. And so I go to come back in, and they wouldn't let me back in. And I was like, I
remember this.
Yeah,
so I remember this. Yeah.
So I'm like, I've been in there for the past 2 hours. I got an open bar tab in there, and Mrs. Pete's in there. She's yelling at she's arguing with the hostess. She's like, he's coming in. Fuck y'all. She grabs my arm and like tries to pull me inside, and I kind of like pulled away. I was like, it's fine. I was like, we're about to leave anyway. I don't need to come back in. Mrs. Peete. And I sent her to the bar. I said, just go close out the tab and then come out. But she was hot. She was mad. She was yelling at that girl. That girl was like, she looked like she was 12. I mean, she probably was like 20, but she looked like she was about 12 years old.
Mrs. Peete was giving that girl a heart attack.
She was big mad.
Pete's first thought was fucking YouTube content.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Mrs. Peete throwing down with a hostess at a bar, yeah, that'll hit a couple million views.
Mrs. Peete let the inner Waffle House flow through her.
Yeah. I was like, were you trying to get me arrested too? Me and Jay would have been cellmates.
Well, at least Jay wouldn't have been alone walking down the highway.
Exactly. Had you company.
Yeah, Mrs. Peete said,
That is bullshit! That is bullshit!
That's literally how it sounded, to be honest with y'all.
Shit, my wife's same way. Once cuss words start coming out of her mouth, better get out of the way. It's OV at that point. She's finna scrap with somebody.
I'm gonna be like Pete. I'm gonna whip out my phone for content.
Shit.
All right, boys. I gotta go.
all right, Colby.
See you later.
Thanks for having me on.
Bye,
About to go watch some snowfall.
Go Dogs.
Don't forget your yoga pants.
Let me see if I can find the video of me with the cops, because it's great. Let me see. I don't even know what to search to see.
Fuck you, Slim.
I've never seen this fucking video, Pete, so this would be a first for me.
You wouldn't like
Slim,
it.
I'm subscribing to your channel, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I might actually hit 100 one of these days.
Wow. Hey, Slim. I'll have you know that I picked Miami to beat Louisville.
We're playing Louisville?
I found it. I found it.
You found it.
Yeah, hold on. This is from the Lunch Money Show. That's where I found it. Give me a second here. Yeah, so this is right as soon as I found out that Jay had been arrested, I ran out, turned on my phone, and here you go. Hold on.
Yeah, this is Pete being a male Karen, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I wouldn't be. You'll see. I wouldn't be a Karen at all. But I
won't see anything.
Well, you could see it on the replay or something. But
should I mute myself?
Yeah, mute yourself, but you'll only be able to see it on YouTube, but you won't be able to see it on StreamYard. So I don't know if you can look at YouTube, Brian. All right, all right, here we go.
This is me running out playing cameraman.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing we can do.
Well, I'm not saying that.
I'm about to fucking go. I'm about to get out here.
There's nothing we can do. He didn't fight the cops. He did not fight the cops. He fought the other guy that's getting arrested. There's nothing we can do. Jay's going to jail. They're both getting arrested. Jay and you see the guy on the other side of the car? The fruit guy? Jay fought that guy. Jay didn't swing on the cops. Jay fought the other guy. They're both getting, there's nothing we can do. I just thought the cop was very nice.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
There's nothing we can do. They're both going to jail, and all we can do is bond them out of Clark County in 2 hours. That's it. Yeah, we ain't doing that. And I'm not doing it. So what happened? Like, did you see what happened?
He'll be out in like 30 minutes.
Hey, Frenchie, come on, man.
I was trying to help her out. I thought she was about to get arrested.
Put his hands on me. shoved me off of him.
All right, ma'am, we deal with fighting and stuff like that, so a lot of times people come up and still try to fight, so we don't know what's going on, okay? I don't know, I just got here. That's why I'm trying to talk to you, okay? He'll be out in like 30 minutes, maybe an hour. He'll be at
He's like, hey, man.
a lot of times.
She just pushed for the Slim. She was trying to simulate what happened to her, and she just pushed the cop.
People continue want to fight, especially when they're in handcuffs. So we got to protect him as well, okay? It's not against you, okay? It's just we don't know what's going on with the situation.
There's nothing you can do here.
So it's just a misdemeanor. It's a local ordinance. He'll be out in like 30 minutes.
He said he'll be out in 30 minutes.
He'll be at Clark County Jail, Lexington Road, 3035 Lexington Road. So if you want to go pick him up or have somebody pick him up,
That's not my fault or anything like that.
that's fine. I thought you wanted some information.
No, yeah, he's a friend of our acquaintance of ours.
Okay. Like I said, if you need to call anybody, that's where you'll be.
I don't know. I mean, I live an hour from here. I'm trying to go home.
I understand.
At the same time, I don't leave a man left behind.
I understand. But if you need to make a contact, that's where he's going.
You need to tell that motherfucker right there that's unnecessary.
Okay, I can't answer
He
for
put
him,
his
but I will
hands
talk to
out
him.
on me and shoved me off of him. I was literally about to hear. And he just put his hand out and shoved me
But
away.
we have people that continue to try to fight after they're in handcuffs.
Here's a man right here that's Thug J.
There's the guy Jay got to fight with.
We don't know what everybody's intentions are.
Yeah, I get you. Hey, did Jay at least whip that dude's ass? Did you confirm that?
What's that?
Who got their ass whooped? That dude got his ass whooped, right?
I don't know. I can't.
I know, I'm just messing.
Damn it, Pete.
Hey, Jen. I'm trying to get her out of here.
He's like cracking shit. I just wanted to understand that we still have people that actively trying to fight when they're in handcuffs.
I got you.
Just because they're in handcuffs don't mean that the situation's ever done. So that's why we got to keep her.
That's it. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was actually trying to make sure that nobody else got in trouble. I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, you were trying to mediate while keeping records of everything.
Yeah.
I can't believe Vixen, she shoulder checked the shit out of that cop.
Yeah, she pushed him.
Oh my god, that cop took a mean hit.
He was actually really cool. You know, he could have been like as soon as she laid her hands on him, I was like, uh-oh. Like he could have done something, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, that would have gotten bad probably here in North Charleston if that happened.
Yeah. You got to realize these guys, these cops in Athens, they deal with these drunk college people all day long and all night, so they're used to that kind of shit probably.
Right. Did you see the girls that were dancing, walking across the street?
Yeah.
That killed me.
It was chaos out there.
Could you imagine Raj being a cop in Athens?
Oh God, no.
With all the Brads and Chads and Terrys and Sherrys.
Yeah.
You give him a good old go fuck yourself and tell him to get out of his face.
Yeah, Lou was the one because when I walked out there, he was like, "There's nothing we can do here. They're taking him to jail. Don't even try to, you know." He's like, "There's nothing we can do," and he goes, "We might be able to bail him out, but to be honest, I'm not going to do that."
I love how he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
The cop was like, "Man, they're going to take him to jail. He'll be out in 30 minutes." Of course, it took, you know, that's like the Rogers 15 minutes thing. It wasn't 30 minutes. He was there for a few hours, but most of that was just processing. I think as soon as they processed him and got him through, you know, fingerprinting and all that shit, they let him go.
Well, and then Thursday night at IOP had to do our damnedest to keep Raj from ended up in jail.
Yeah, he tied one on that night. I mean, we all did, but you know.
Yeah. Oh, I got there after everybody. He was pretty gone by the time I got there.
Well, Raj, he doesn't drink liquor, and he got on that liquor that night.
Oof.
Yeah.
You know.
Didn't somebody lose a tooth in IOP?
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah, Raj. I don't know if I don't think he lost it. I think he chipped it.
Yeah, he chipped a tooth. He because I ended up the self-appointed babysitter of Raj because I was the most apt to at the time, and he had finally concluded that he was going to go to bed because he stopped arguing with people when they told him to go to bed. And Colby walked him over to the hotel next door, and trying to get up. Drunk Rod trying to get up the stairs.
I think he just
fell and chipped a tooth.
Yeah, he just missed a step.
Yeah.
I was asleep. I was responsible. Everyone was still up partying. It was like, I don't know, it was like midnight, and I was like, I'm going to sleep because we had, the Olympics the next morning. Now the Saturday night,
This was Thursday night. We still had Friday.
Is that right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you were there. You were still down there.
No.
Yeah, you were, because it was after. No, it wasn't after that, but yeah, you were still down there. It was Friday night. You went to sleep early-ish. I mean, it still wasn't early, but yeah, that was Thursday night. That was the night I got there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. The Friday night was when the guy was jerking off in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't. That was either Friday or Saturday night. I don't remember. God damn, I caught that one too. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell?
Yeah, I wasn't up for that either.
It was 3 dudes on from the Navy on shore leave, and I mean they were worse than Raj was. All of them were absolutely gone. One of them kept hanging out with us, I guess, trying to fill out if we were going to call the cops on him.
Yeah, Slim sees the guy in the pool naked, and so he walks over to everyone else and is like, he pulls the whole thing where whatever you do, don't go over there and look at this guy, which, of course, if you say that, everyone's going to go over there and look at the guy.
Right. Why can't we?
He was still down there, and I think Friction Vixen was still down there. I didn't want them to walk over there and catch that.
I know Mrs. Peete was still there because she told me about it.
Yeah, I think she was too. Yeah.
Yeah, because the next morning we woke up because I went to bed early. I missed all that, and the next morning we woke up. She goes, "You're never going to believe what happened last night," and I was like, "What?" And she told me that whole story. I was like, "Wow!" And that guy, he wasn't even staying at the hotel, was he? He just knew there was a pool there and just walked in there and took his clothes off and jumped in.
No, they were staying there.
Oh, they were?
On the first floor, I think. Yeah. There was 4 of them staying in one room. And this dude, instead of going through the little gate they had to get to the pool, he climbs over the railing and walks around and climbs back over the railing where the pool is.
Yeah, instead of going through the gate. Well, it was lucky that he ran into us, not me personally, but, our group of people, because if it would have been another group of people, he might have ended up in jail. Doing that,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. It's a good thing you ran into.
There's 3 women out there, and he's sitting on the edge of the pool, choking his chicken.
Pulling the pud.
It's a good thing you ran into the slobs.
I've been pretty intoxicated, but never intoxicated enough to pull my pud in public. I mean, what is wrong?
No. I've never once thought, let me expose myself. It's never crossed my mind while being intoxicated.
No.
Wow. What the Navy will do to you, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like I caught him or I was looking. It was just all you had to do was turn your head and you'd have seen him. So I was just the first one.
He was young too, wasn't he?
Yeah, they were in their early 20s.
Yeah.
4 of them.
Right. Yeah, we were worried about you, Brian, because you showed up on Friday night and we were like, see you in the morning, and then we didn't see you again. And the whole day I was like, has anybody heard from Brian? Has anybody heard from Brian? I was hoping that maybe you didn't get pulled over or something on the way home, because I know you had a good 30 or 40-minute drive home.
Yeah. No, I was, like I said, it was just some crazy-ass shit that happened overnight.
Yeah. But we were worried about you. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wish I had a way to get in contact with somebody. I remember I gave Nate my number, but he never wrote it down.
Yeah, of all the people to give your number to, Nate's probably not the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can't disagree with you.
I see Nate in the back room, but I actually have to get off of here, guys. So, Nate, I'm not going to pick up the call because then, yeah, there he goes.
Sorry, Nate.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on and this impromptu stream here, Thursday afternoon, midday show.
It works for me. I didn't have anything else to do today.
Yeah, I'm glad I could show up the last little bit after I got off work.
But, all right, guys. Have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. You still doing the show tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll be on tomorrow at 11 a.m.
All right.
All right.
Sound like a plan, man.
See you then.
Later.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you. Like I said, I had an hour or so to kill, so I figured why not go live and hang out with you guys while I had the time. Again, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the midday show. I guess that's it, man. Y'all have a good day. See you soon.